as good as the help topics are, there may be some things that they're missing. And things just changed so fast in today's world. So just having a static copy of help information sometimes isn't enough. For example, maybe something changed about the software. Maybe there was an update, and we'll talk about updates later on. But maybe that made a difference in the way that you do something now. Or maybe somebody discovered something in troubleshooting, and now that's on a knowledge base. So being able to have these online resources is extremely important with today's software. And ACT 2006 gives us these capabilities. So what we're going to do is go up to the menus and click on Help. And we're going to focus on two sections, Online Manuals and then Service and Support. In Online Manuals, first, let's say we wanted to create a quick reference card. Just quickly create a reference card that we can use for maybe internal training or just to remember things about ACT. So we click on Quick Reference Card, and as long as we have Adobe Acrobat or Adobe Acrobat Reader installed on our system, then we'll quickly get a quick reference card that just tells us all of the different things that we can do with ACT, and we can quickly print this out. Now, this is something we could have next to our desk, or this is something that, as I said, we could use for internal training. But the best thing about this is that it is the very latest information. If ACT by Sage decides to change this reference card, then it will change, because we're actually going out to the internet and pulling this from their site. That's why they called it an online manual. And of course, in order to do this effectively, you would have to have an internet connection. And so what we're going to do for now is we're just going to minimize Adobe Acrobat, and now we're going to click on Help again, come down to Online Manuals, and we're going to look at the User's Guide. So we're going to click on User's Guide, and you'll see then that we'll get the latest User's Guide straight off the press from ACT by Sage Software. And if they make a change because of an update, then that will be reflected in this user's guide. So we can quickly go through and find whatever it is that, whatever information we want from the user's guide. The more you know about Adobe Acrobat and how to use Adobe Acrobat Reader, the better off you'll be in regards to all of these guides. But for example, if we wanted to look at setting general preferences, we can zero in on that information. If we wanted to zero in on it perhaps even further, then we could expand the information, in other words, expand the size of it using the magnifying glass tool. Again, as I said, the more you know about Adobe Acrobat, the better off you'll be in regards to using these tools. But they're available straight through the ACT software. Now we're going to minimize the Adobe Acrobat one more time. We're going to click on Help, and then we're going to go down to Service and Support. First thing that you might want to know is some contact information, just the latest contacts that you might want to have for Sage software. So if we click on Contact Information, what that does is it automatically opens the ACT by Sage web page on the Support category, so that we get the latest 800 numbers and the latest contact information regarding ACT software and anything else that Sage software offers, but really focused in to ACT software. So that's one category of support. Now what we're going to do is minimize that, and we'll click again on Help, come down to Service and Support, and let's go to Knowledge Base Articles. As we said, there may be something that some other ACT administrator has discovered, and they've put that information out there. Maybe you want to get involved, and it depends on how serious you want to get with this. Maybe you want to get involved with user discussion groups. Maybe you want to get directly to customer service. Wherever you want to get to, once you're on the ACT by Sage web page, you can get there. But the knowledge base, we can go to the Knowledge Center, and get into live chat and discussions, or just take a look at whatever is available. And some of this, of course, you have to have memberships for, or to sign up to have your passport log you in, but this type of information is available if you need it. We're going to minimize this again. We'll take a look at one more section. So we're going to click on Help, and then come down to Service and Support, and then ACT Consulting. So if what you want to find is a consultant that is certified and will come into your organization and set up exactly what you want. Of course, if it was just one version or one installation of ACT, you probably wouldn't need this. But if you are doing some very important or very complex network setups and you wanted some consultant to help you with that, then you can get information. And they want you to, if you're going to use this, they want to make sure it's being used for the right purposes, not to compete against them. And so you click on Accept, and then once you click on Accept, then they will let you take a look at a database of certified consultants that you can use to make your system even more productive. So as you can see, the online manuals are a tremendous resource. The knowledge base, the capability to have the latest information is a tremendous resource. And the whole thing is to remain more productive. But there are some things that we can look at, some preferences that we can look at, that maybe we don't want the default. Maybe we want something that is just a little bit snazzier or just a little bit more to our customization level, and that would all be in preferences. And so we're going to take a look at preferences next.